Today's topic is about allowed VLAN. So VLANs can be restricted on the trunk port, a method of traffic engineering. This is the simplest definition of allowed VLAN. So when you restrict the VLAN, it will also limit the MAC addresses flooding across the switches. So say for example, if you configure the allowed VLAN as 10 on the switch 1, the devices in the VLAN 20 from the switch 2 will not be able to communicate with the devices in the VLAN 20 in the switch 1. So let's go ahead and configure the allowed VLAN, and also as a part of this one we'll troubleshoot how configuring the allowed VLANs can restrict the VLANs on the switches and also the flow of packet. Let's go ahead and configure the allowed VLAN on the switch 1. To do that, we'll log into the switch, show interface trunk. As we see, the port allowed VLANs. Basically, all the VLANs will be allowed on the trunk port. And the second statement states that these are the only VLANs which is present in the switch. To verify the VLANs, we'll type show VLAN. As we see, we have only VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, and by default that is VLAN 1. So that's why it is saying the management domain has only 1, 10 and 20. We'll also verify the same thing on the second switch, enabling show interface trunk. All the VLANs are allowed, and the VLAN 10 and 20 is the only thing which is present in the management domain. To verify, show VLAN. As we see, VLAN 10 and 20 is present right here. Right, so we will go ahead and configure the allowed VLAN as 10. So to do that, go into the config mode, interface Ethernet 1/0, switch port, trunk, allowed VLAN 10. Once done, we'll exit out of the config, save it, and also verify show interface trunk. As we see now, the only VLAN which is allowed on the trunk is VLAN 10. On the other switch, it will be same as before. So now we will try to ping the device from the device PC9, which is present in the VLAN 20, to the PC5, which is present in the VLAN 20 on the switch 1. So to do that, we'll log into the PC9 and try to ping PC5, ping 192.168.2.1. As you see, the VLAN 20 is not able to communicate with the VLAN 20, whereas if you try to communicate with the VLAN 10, will be able to communicate to the VLAN 10 on the other switch, the switch 1, to the PCs such as PC3 and PC4. Let's verify by going into the PC7, ping 192.168.1. So we have successfully configured the allowed VLANs. As a part of troubleshooting, make sure you configure the allowed VLANs as intended. In case if you didn't properly configure the VLAN, the devices in the VLAN 10 will not be able to communicate with the VLAN 10, and vice versa for the VLAN 20 as well. Also be cautious when using the allowed VLAN command, which can accidentally delete all the VLANs which is allowed on the trunk port. So what do I mean by that? So I have verified the allowed VLANs by typing show interface trunk. As you see here, we have allowed only VLAN 10. So if you wanted to add one more VLAN, which is VLAN 20, we'll go ahead and configure /0 switch port trunk allowed VLAN and question mark. As you see here, if you wanted to add any VLAN, just type add and we'll type 20, which is VLAN 20. To verify whether the VLAN has been added, do show interface trunk. As you see, we have added one more VLAN, which is VLAN 20. If you want to remove the VLAN, we'll type switch port VLAN remove 20. And to verify, do show interface trunk. And now the VLAN 20 is removed. Imagine you didn't use any of these commands: add, all, accept, none, or remove. So you just wanted to add VLAN 30. Say for example, you have created VLAN 30. So why don't we just go ahead and create the VLAN 30 now? VLAN 30. So I'll create VLAN 30, give it this name, engineering department, and wait, show VLAN. As you see, I have created VLAN 30 as well. Just right here, the VLAN 30 engineering department. So you just randomly give VLAN 30. Say for example, you want to add 30 and you just give 30. What will it do? Will delete these two VLANs in the allowed VLANs basically. So we'll see with an example to show interface trunk. So as we just gave VLAN allowed VLAN 30, it just added only 30 and it deleted the VLAN 10 and 20 in the switch. So be cautious when using the allowed VLAN command. And also, last but not least, if you wanted to put all the VLANs on the trunk interface, switch port, trunk, allowed VLAN all. Once done, save the config, show interface to verify, type show interface trunk. As you see, again, we have allowed all the VLANs on the trunk port. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope it's informative for you. See you all in the next video. Until then, bye from Rogan.